Hello, everyone. Welcome, 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 welcome. There's something fun about just saying welcome. Uh, I am your Saturday night. Welcome to your Saturday night. We have captions available should you need them, want them, whatever it may be. You know, come on over. Come on over. We're going to have some fun. Oh, goodness. So, let's just go ahead and address a couple of things. We're drawing tonight. You might already know that, you might not. Either way, we're going to have some fun. It's going to be a great time. No matter where you're joining me from, we're going to have a whole lot of fun. And of course, you already know I'm going to be drawing because it's in the title. You can see it, it's right there. You can see that drawing is in the title. What are we drawing? Well, it's just gonna get out of, into, there's gonna be a comfort zone somewhere, and we're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna have fun with the comfort zone, however that happens. Um, so I saw some images online recently of a character that I really like the look of, and kind of the ugh, my brain is made of goo. My brain is made of goo. So there's a character that I really enjoy the look of, and I kind of want to do a version of this character. So I don't play a lot of video games. I'm sure, for those of you who are here, you're already aware, like, I'm not really a video game player. That's not really something I do a lot of. But there's some really good games in the world. And one of those games, which I saw this character for, is Five Nights at Freddy's. I know that there's like a movie out and everything, but I really know so very little about it. Um, but I saw a picture of one of the characters from one of the games, um, Glamrock Chica, and I said, "Oh my goodness, I love everything about that. Like, it's fun, it's interesting. That into itself, it's like, yep, yep. I already like this." Now, I don't really draw a lot of things that are like anthropomorphized. That's not something that I'm really comfortable with. But at the same time, I don't know, it just seems like she would be an easy character to draw. I like her aesthetic. I like just so much in relation to this character that it's like, why not? Let's go ahead and do a Glamrock Chica. I like the idea. It sounds fun. That really was all I needed. Like, for me, that was all I needed. This looks fun. I'm going to do this. And I think sometimes that's really all you need. That's all you need, you know? You just need something interesting, different, and that's what I got with this character. Just something interesting and different. Now I'm gonna do my best because, again, like I said, I don't draw like a lot of anthropomorphized creatures or characters. Um, so I don't have the best skill set for this. But you know what I do have? I have a lot of interest in doing things which are different, which are interesting, which are creative, which are fun. So that's where my mind is right now. Let's just try something simply because it is fun. Simply because it is fun and it is different. It also gives me the chance to experiment in a style that normally I wouldn't work in. Hopefully that's a clear camera. It looks real blurry from here. So we're going to do our best to try to keep that not blurry. Come on. There we go. Not blurry is what we want. Not blurry, not I don't know. I'm not going to overthink what I'm doing right now. Instead, I'm just going to have my fun like I intended. And I'm going to do I think I'll try a couple different versions of this as I move along, just to kind of get an understanding of A, what I'm doing, and B, kind of familiarize myself more with the subject at hand. And with these characters, or at least the ones that I've kind of seen anything about, their blah, 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 words. I have words. These are animatronic characters, which actually just adds a lot of difficulty to what I'm doing. Because that's even further removing myself from what I know how to do. But shouldn't we keep stepping forward, trying to continue improving and improving? So that is one thing I'm going to be doing, is trying to have a little self-improvement here, as I play around with something very different compared to what I'm used to. And, I'm sure you can kind of see that this is a little more playful and a lot different than what you're used to here. A lot different. But that's part of the fun. We're trying something different. And there's certain aspects to this character which actually I think are going to play to some of my strengths. And then there's other aspects of this character that I actually think are just going to present me with some unique challenges. So we're going to see what happens. Try to foreshorten a little on some of this as well. So we're having some fun. We're trying something different. I'm not taking myself too awful serious. I do hope that you can see what I'm doing, but honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend you can see what I'm doing. Instead, I'm just gonna try to do my best. Oftentimes, that's all I can do. Try to do my best. Work wherever I am right now. I have such like this is not good clarity at all. This is not good clarity. But you know what? That's okay because we're having fun. I think I have bad reception, to be fair, which would make sense. Would make a lot of sense, but I'm doing my best. I have really bad reception right now. That is a given. So we're going to do the best with what we got today. But again, this is the first time I'm going to be trying to draw this character. It's the first time I'm trying something a little outside. Well, not the first time, but I am trying something like outside my comfort zone and a lot more abstract, I would say. I mean, I do a lot of abstract work to begin with, but like we're really digging in to something different here. Now, I've seen a lot of really good digital art of Chica, like a lot of really good digital art. So there's a lot of people out there who have a lot of love for these characters and for this whole world that they exist in. So don't think that I'm trying to. Uh, you know what? Just understand I'm doing my best with the limited knowledge I have, and also just the kind of limited understanding of the franchise, the characters, etc. I'm doing my best, and I think that's okay. Isn't that what we want? Just a little adjustment there. Hopefully that makes things a little bit easier for everyone to see. But I'm doing my best to show love to this character in the way I am able. Is it going to be good? Nah. Are we going to roll with it? You bet we are. We are going to roll with it. And I'm going to take a couple of shots at this too, so don't think that you're getting a one and done. You know, we're going to try a couple of times. Like as a first pass, this is not great, but it's fun. It's helping me understand some of the visual style. And that's pretty good for like here's I know she doesn't actually have that much hair, but you know, here's our Chica one. Boop. Chica one. It's a great jump into the character that we want to do. Need to move a few things because a lot of my tools are actually in my way. Normally, you join me here and kind of there's a lot more of a directed style as to what we're doing. Today, less so. But you know what? That's fine. Let me get my light in here a little bit better. Hopefully that makes things a little easier to see. That's my hope. Little easier to see. So, you know, here's my rough draft Chica. Not really being great with the character yet. It's a rough draft. It's rough. Learning the shape. But if I don't try new things sometimes, like if I don't really pull it in, get creative, find kind of a space to work in, how am I ever going to really like make any progress here, right? Oh, just putting losing my stuff, losing my stuff. So I'm just trying really quick to help myself out as I continue on. And I'm gonna keep going, right? Keep going. So I hope everyone is doing absolutely wonderful today. And I am glad for those of you who are able to join me. And if you're not able to join me, you know, I understand. we all get busy, and that is to be expected, right? Now, because these are animatronics, they kind of need like oversized proportions. Because these aren't people, I have a lot more freedom. And also because these are, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, I'll get there. I'll get there. But I have a lot of freedom here in what I can do, what I'm allowed to do with the characters. From what I understand, like there's a lot of versions of each of them, so I'm not beholden to a singular concept or vision. But of course, I did look up a lot of different artwork and kind of get an understanding of visually what they look like, amongst other things. I saw various versions also of Chica, and I'm gonna tell you right now that the Glamrock version is my absolute favorite of all of them. She has such interesting visual style and language to her. I like the overall aesthetic of everything that I'm seeing so far. Hopefully, you can kind of see what I'm doing. If you can't, don't worry. Just stick with me. We're going to be going through some stages here as I kind of find what works and what doesn't. And I'm going to be relying on those who've defined some of the style for me to help me understand what I'm doing and how I should be doing it. So, just a bunch of things to do as I figure everything out, as I figure out what does and doesn't work. And there's going to be a lot that doesn't work. You know? There's going to be a lot that doesn't work, and then there's going to be a lot that does. And we are going to find the best middle ground we can. And I think that's where we're going to really get our shine and the definition of what's going on. So, again, bear with me. Like I said, I'm not an expert. Like, this is not someone that I can say, oh, I know this character. But what I can say is I already love this character and I love their design. And we're going to have some fun. We're just going to keep having some fun. I know, it's really messy right now. Like, it's not something that you're like, oh yeah, woo. But I'm already feeling really good about this play and about getting to know my subject, working with the really super stylized construction. Trying to find the right balance of shape and form on this. So, we're going to go through some kind of generative points as I continue to figure out A, where we are, what we're doing, and B, what is our actual kind of shape. I know. It's all a mess, right? It's all a mess. We're still having fun. We're still having fun. This is getting better. This is getting better, you know. Beep. Chickadoo. I don't often take you on this part of my journey. So that in itself is actually really fun. So, need to and I'm going to do a little bit of kind of base work here. Try to get myself to where I need to be. A lot of these construction lines you never get to see. Like, they're already gone by the time we're together. So this is just that point where I can say, hey, we're doing what we're doing. Now, the one thing I believe all these characters have 3 fingers, 4 fingers, something like that. And we have several things that we can actually take advantage of here. Like we know some aspects of the design here. We know that they're robotic, so I'm not beholden to what I guess we could call conventions of normal design. Like I don't have to try to make these human, if that makes sense, right? Because they're not. These aren't human. They're never going to be human. I don't have to try to make them human. The only thing I really need to do is make sure that we have the right kind of proportions for what they are, and B, that it's believable that maybe they could be. Okay, hold on. Actually, believable is probably not the right word here, but I don't have to try to make her human, and I don't have to try to follow certain kind of human standards for our words are not my strong suit today, but we don't have to stick to normal human proportions. We don't have to stick to all that, um, all those necessities. Like if this was a person, there would be certain things that we couldn't do. This is not a person, so I don't have to try to make everything anatomically correct. In fact, the main thing I'm going to be concerned with here is getting the animatronic portions of it correct. Because she's going to be very much bulky in some spots where normally you wouldn't be. And the proportions are going to be off in other spots. A lot of the body is not going to be properly formed or shaped. things aren't going to be nice, neat, uh, human values and shapes. We're going to have boxy shapes, and we're going to have mechanical lines and a lot of stuff like that. And there's going to be things working in ways that technically they shouldn't, but they do because, we're not dealing with a human being. And because it's not a human being, it's also it's not required to do normal movements or things like that. It's going to move in an unnatural way. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. What did my eraser just do to my paper? What did my eraser do to my paper? I've done a lot of construction here. I just want to clean it up as I continue forward, because there's going to be some spots on here where I need to dial back. And then some spots where I need to really push it out even more. Like these weird shoulder pads they all have, I want those to be nicely prominent. The overly bulky nature of their limbs the weird joints. Our weird fingers. All of these things I really want to capture properly. Now, there's also other things that I have to keep in mind. Again, because this is a robot, this is an animatronic, I can get a lot thinner in places that normally you wouldn't be able to. And also, there's going to be portions of the anatomy which do things that they shouldn't be able to. So we need like weird leg joints and weird arm joints. And some of that's actually going to need to be properly kind of shown. Other things are going to need to be more symmetrical and less human. So we're going to have a couple of weird stages in here as we build up, but I think I'm starting to capture more of it. And actually, like, the rear arm is much larger than this one. So what we're going to do, we're going to expand on this because I want those arms to both seem big. Like, they get unnaturally wide at the end. And, you know, this hand might need to be made smaller. Like, we're still really kind of sketchy and odd about a lot of this. But we're actually getting closer to where we need to be. So I'm going to take that as a win. All right. Nope. Oop. There we go. I have to make sure the head is properly large enough to really kind of showcase some of the aspects of, you know, like what she is. And it also needs to kind of be unnatural, you know? Really unnatural. That's weird. I messed that up. But we're going to fix it. For Chica 3, we're not doing too bad. Definitely not doing too bad. There's a lot I can improve on. But there are aspects to this which are already showing their merit, how they need to be done. Now, the hardest thing on Chica here is actually her beak. But we're going to do our best to try to show what that would look like. Think it's going okay right now. By necessity, her eyes have to be way too big. This is actually coming out pretty good, I think. It looks so weird on camera, but it looks so good here. But this is still not like our final version. We're still learning. We're on Chica 3 now, so Yeah, and I'm just trying to use the inspiration of some other artists I've seen who've done this, what they've done, how they've done it. Doing my best to capture those similar vibes. We're doing pretty good here, making a lot of progress. Is it just because of this angle? Is that what it is? I don't know. When I look at my screen, the angle is really weird and this doesn't look right at all. But you know what? Again, we're still developing. All right. Chica has this makeup, like this really thick makeup, that real thick Glamrock makeup. Because she's an animatronic, she also has like real oversized eyebrows, so that they can be visible while she's up on her animatronic stage. Now, for me to talk about the few things I do know about the character. What I know, she's a chicken. She is part of a rock band. She is animatronic. She likes pizza. Um, I think I just covered everything I know. And for some reason, they do put lipstick on her. So let's try to show that as best as we can in this black and white version. She has earrings. So, Chica 3. We're going to try one more. I'm digging this version. So, let's see if we can do it better. Let's see if we can do a better version. I'm going to need to sharpen my pencil really quick here. I'm going to need to fix my chair. All right. We've done a few of these. Let's try to really hammer home on what we have going. decided even though that pose was kind of fun, um, that's not the one I'm going to end up using. But we did get a good pose out of that. So we're going to try to work with it. We're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. Going to stick to the kind of four-finger mode here. We're already getting a really nice form. Oh, that's bad. We're not going to worry about it. It's bad. We're just going to keep going. No, I'm going to erase some of that. Erase some of that. Now here's where I actually get to start to get a little creative, I guess. Is the right word for it. Because there's a lot of aspects that I can't tell you for certain that that's the right way for it to be. I can't say that. Yeah, we're gonna make the other arm a little bit thinner. I like that more. As we work our way up. I know we don't have a lot of time left for today, but I am having a real good time, and I hope that you are too. And I would like to thank you, and thank everyone who joins me for these lives. You know, gets into the spirit of it, as it were. I'm probably gonna end up spending like a while trying to perfect like this concept, this idea of what I'm working with, because there's actually a lot to really hone in on here. So we're gonna spend some time, and we're gonna come back to this at some point. You know, as I try to figure out the best way to draw these. You know, but that's one of the fun things about coming into something that I don't normally draw is it's giving me challenges that I haven't had to deal with before. Like good challenges. Like things that might not have occurred to me in the past that I would have to deal with. And there's a lot to deal with when it comes to a design like this. When it comes to trying to figure out the anatomy of something like this. So we've gone through a few different attempts as I learn, as I grow in my own ability to develop this design. And there is a lot to do when it comes to anything new. And this, for me, is very new. But it was also very fun. It's been very fun. And it will continue to be fun. And that I know for certain. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to do a few things here still. Yeah. Is it perfect? You bet it's not. Was it fun? Oh, yeah. Which is why I've decided, I might still have a lot to do before I feel like I'm doing a good job at these. But I can still go ahead and say I'm accepting certain things literally as they are. Does it look good? None of it looks good. But considering everything that we've done today, I'm gonna call this actually a really fun stream as I draw through a few different versions of this character. And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wish you all the absolute best. But I am gonna call it a day, and we're gonna get out of here. Take care. Be excellent, and I will see you all again real soon.